All right, so the first part of this lesson was me telling my dream. Now we're going to get into the rest of the lesson. This lesson is going to be titled Strange Salvation Part 2. The first one I did was back at the beginning of 2021, a little bit after I had first started teaching. Well, I wanted to revisit this lesson and go over it again with a few different scriptures that I've added to it and include my dream in it. Now, I wanted to share that dream because it was a strange dream to have as a 10-year-old. And that dream baffled me for 20 plus years. And I could only make sense of those dreams once I came into the truth, which is a blessing. But what we coming into is some strange times. And we subscribe to a strange form of teaching because we teach America and the rest of the earth is going to be rained upon by nuclear missiles. We teach that the men of the Lord are going to get spiritual powers. We teach that in the kingdom of heaven, the Lord's people will have immortality and we'll be able to go to different planets, different worlds, different dimensions. In the future, we'll actually fly so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of the Lord. And not only that, that our salvation is going to be a strange salvation. That when the rest of the earth is getting rained on with nuclear missiles, we're going to be taken up by what the world calls UFOs. You know, the world will call it alien abductions. Where we found out these alien abductions is actually our salvation from the destruction and our ticket out of here. But what Yahweh Shah taught, what he represents, nothing about it is normal. It's literally out of this world. That's why Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah commanded us to have faith. Because he knows that the things that he's telling us in this generation is unbelievable. And we commanded to believe on it. That's what faith is believing in something that's hard to believe. Yahweh Shah ain't telling you to have faith for something that's easy to believe. He's telling you to believe because he know it sounds strange. But the first scripture we're going to get, the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 36, verse 6, show new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that's Yahweh Shai, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. So the times that we coming into, Jacob's trouble, the great tribulation, is going to be accompanied by wondrous works and strange wonders. And these works of the Lord are going to become stranger and stranger until his return, which will be the strangest of all things that will happen on the earth. So there's going to be nothing normal about the time that we're coming into. And these wondrous works, these strange wonders, are to glorify thy hand and thy right arm. And the right hand of the Most High Yahweh would be his son Yahweh Shah. So these wondrous works, these strange wonders, is to glorify his son, for him to show the world his power. We're going to see unbelievable, never before seen things before. That's to glorify Yahweh Shah. The two of the strangest things that will happen is the earth being rained on by these nuclear missiles and the salvation of the Lord's elect. While the missiles are coming down, we're going to be going up into what the world calls spaceships. The destruction and the salvation will both glorify him. So we're going to come to Isaiah 28 and 21. For the Lord shall rise up as a Mount Perazim. He shall be wroth as in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work, his strange work, and to bring to pass his act, his strange act. So yeah, the destruction of America and the extermination of the so-called white man by these nuclear missiles, that's a work, that's a strange work of Yahweh Shah. So that destruction and the salvation happening simultaneously, that's the final act of the movie. Prophecy is a movie. So what's going on right now in the earth, there's many strange things happening. Double earthquakes, people dropping from that hot shot. Well, that's the strange works of the Lord. And that's why in recording, they say lights, camera, action. So this final chapter, this final act, the destruction of America and the destruction of the house of Edom, along with the salvation of the Lord's elect. That's going to be the strangest act of the movie. This would be the strangest of prophecies. And I'm going to go to Job chapter 20, verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So when the white man is about to fill his belly, when he about to establish his new world order, when he is about to try to exterminate all the Israelites, the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, when he's going to try to microchip everybody and everything, the Lord is going to rain his fury on him. And the Lord's fury is going to come as a form of rain. Now, this is nothing new, because in the time of Noah, what did the Lord do? He cast the fury of his wrath upon the earth, and it came as rain. And the rain brought forth water that would not stop until it flooded the entire earth and killed everybody except 8 people. And that was what? That was a strange work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That was a strange act of the final chapter of that movie. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to once again cast forth the fury of his wrath. And again, he's going to bring it as a form of rain. But this rain is going to bring fire. That's why when we go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, 16:16, it reads, "For the ungodly that denied to know thee were scourged by the strength of thine arm, with strange rains, hails, and showers were they persecuted, that they could not avoid, and through the fire were they consumed." So yeah, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to scourge the wicked, the ungodly, the so-called white man by the strength of his arm, Yahweh Shai. And this is nothing more than a strange work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because he's going to cast the fury of his wrath and he's going to rain it upon the wicked. And that rain is not going to be your usual rain that brings forth water. It's going to be strange rains, strange hails, strange showers, all code words for nuclear missiles, because this strange rain, the strange hails, and the strange showers is going to bring forth a consuming fire that's going to obliterate, annihilate, devour everything. So instead of raindrops, you got what? You got nuclear missiles. This is that strange rains, because instead of the sky being filled with millions of raindrops, it's going to be filled with millions of missiles. And a missile is actually shaped like a raindrop. It's just another something that falls from the sky. But instead of rain that brings water, this rain is going to bring a consuming fire. Instead of your usual hail, pieces of ice that fall from the sky, it's going to be pieces of metal that fall from the sky and bring more fire. Instead of showers that bring water, this is going to be a shower of nuclear missiles. And just like when a raindrop hit a puddle of water, you get that ring of water that begins to expand. That's a miniature explosion. But with these nuclear missiles, you're going to get that same effect when it hits the ground. So instead of a ring of water that's formed, you're going to get a ring of fire and destruction with that mushroom cloud. So instead of a miniature water explosion from a water drop falling, you're going to get a massive fiery explosion from a nuclear missile dropping. So that's why these nuclear missiles is referred to as strange rains, strange hails, and strange showers. And this is going to be what punishes the wicked, the ungodly, and they're not going to be able to avoid it. That's why in my dream, the destruction devoured everything. There's nowhere you can hide. Nowhere in the water, nowhere in the earth, and nowhere in the sky. That's why it says that they could not avoid, and through fire were they consumed. And when the fire was coming, It came fast, but it seemed like it took forever. So the people are going to be slowly cooked and consumed by these strange rains. So we're also going to go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon 19:5, and that thy people might pass a wonderful way, but they might find a strange death. So the Lord, bringing forth the wrath of his fury as a form of rain, causing it to rain strange rains, that's to bring forth a strange death. So this is going to be a weird way to die. It's going to be bizarre to be getting rained on by nuclear missiles, but time is going to be moving slow. So every inch of your body is being devoured by nuclear fire in slow motion, and the Lord's keeping you alive through it. That's a strange death. And this here is actually talking about the children of Israel, that we might pass through a wonderful way. That's the sea being split. We walk through it, but we walk through it to meet a strange death when we started disobeying the Lord, at our time of punishment. But now we in Esau's time of judgment. So now this strange death is going to shift over to him. That's going to be brought forth by these strange rains, rain of fire. And you see this word strange keep coming up because there's going to be some strange things going on. Stuff you can't wrap your head around. This going to be beyond mortal comprehension. The average human can't wrap their minds around this. We're going to jump to the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 5. Behold ye among the heathen and regard and wonder marvelously. So we're supposed to wonder the things that the Lord tell us, meaning we're supposed to use our imagination. The Lord goes on to say, for I will work a work in your days which ye will not believe, though it be told to you. So even though the Lord told us in the scripture, we're not going to believe it when we see it. So reading it and hearing about it is one thing, but seeing it is going to be out of this world. We're not going to be able to wrap our minds around it. So again, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua goes on to say, wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days which ye will not believe. That's that strange work for this strange act in this final chapter of prophecy. And that's what? That's that destruction that's going to come by these strange rains. So again, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to say, I will work a work in your days, which ye would not believe, though it be told to you. And what's going to be even stranger than these strange rains that bring forth fire, it's going to be these so-called spaceships that come out the sky and beam up the Lord's elect. What the world calls the alien abduction, we find out that's our method of salvation, being taken by these so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua.